Hey, X here. Let's talk about success for a minute. The keys to success are integrity, always learning. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. This is Peter Exodus O'Coffer on the Level Up, the Personal Branding Podcast. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that first episode. You see, I do have some intro music now, which is a section of one of my songs. And honestly, it was done in the first episode, and I guess my Gemini ways took over. I actually forgot to put it in, so it kind of might look planned and like, hey, he ends the first episode with a song, and the second episode it's the intro, but yeah, I just forgot to put it in there, and with all the editing, it would have been a pain in the behind to, drop it in there. So nothing spectacular. It's just me being a Gemini. And speaking of Gemini, I have no idea what song I'm going to drop in at the end of things. I like to wing it. And as far as when I write music, oftentimes I come with more of a feeling or kind of goals I want to accomplish with a song, whereas, you always hear some musicians talking about, well, the melody was in my head, I heard the guitar riff and knew exactly what I had to play. That's not really how I roll. And I guess my art habits are kind of coming to play out here on the podcast as well. As far as writing goes, I've been to a lot of writers' conferences, and, you got writers that will do outlines for the entire novel. I mean, sometimes I dive into a novel and start writing. Usually I just dive in and start writing and have an idea. Sometimes I don't even know how the novel's going to end. And just start writing, and once I get warmed up, I know kind of what's going on and know the characters. I might jump ahead 3 or 4 chapters, and eventually I'll figure out the end, usually, but sometimes I don't get the end until I actually get there. That's just how I roll. That's how I write. That's how I create, and I guess that's kind of how I'm doing this as well. So the topic of this episode is the difference between branding and marketing. And first of all, it's pretty obvious. You're not a product. You're a person. You're a human being. You're living, breathing, emotions, feelings, history, a lot of different things. So that's the most important thing. I've written down a couple of just buzzwords here, or buzz phrases, and that is, personal branding is digging down inside of yourself and coming to terms with your strengths and weaknesses. Personal branding is strengthen your character so people know what they can expect when dealing with you. Personal branding is deciding who you are and who you want to become. Personal branding is communicating who you are to the outside world and where you want to go in your life. Personal branding is an acting good habit so that the positive natural aspects of your personality shine through on a consistent basis. People know who you are and what to expect from you. Personal branding is showing others that you are dependable and reliable. Personal branding is gaining the trust of others. So again, that's very different than a product, a thing, some sort of electronic or gizmo or an article of clothing. So you're living, breathing, changing human being. So that's, to me, the first fundamental difference in branding and marketing. Marketing is selling a tangible object or product or a service. So often there's a picture of it or it's a concept. Branding is marketing in a way, but you are marketing yourself, and often you're marketing your idea, the promise of you, it's not tangible, and it's not, it's usually not something you can see and touch, particularly in this era. But so that's a real difference. I mean, you're marketing your intellect, you're marketing your problem solving skills, you're marketing your personality, your charm, a lot of different things go in your brand that are not tangible and cannot really be touched. A strong brand is basically a very strong way to overcome the haters in your life. People that know you and are familiar with your brand and know your potential, they can always, if they know your brand, they will defend you. And a strong brand and a consistent brand will eventually overcome your haters because, again, the operative word here is consistency. Having a strong brand also will open up opportunities because your reputation will precede you. So, again, establishing a consistent brand, you build a reputation. Other people hear about you. They want to work with you, or they want to get to know you in a social setting, or date you, or whatever. So, again, the operative word that I'm, keep coming back to is consistency. And as I've said in the first episode and already a few times in this episode, your brand is built on what you naturally do anyway, and what you're passionate about and what you care about. So marketing is often taking a product that nobody's ever seen and constructing it into something real, whether it's software like Microsoft or different ideas and services. Whereas personal branding is a person presenting their best self to the world on a consistent basis. I wrote this down. This is really another good point of emphasis. Personal branding is not a mask or persona. It is the organized, consistent presentation of your authentic self. And the important word there is authentic. So I think, as we, move forward, through these episodes, I mean, the words I keep hitting over and over in these concepts would be consistency, and authenticity and passion and, these types of things. I mean, this is what personal branding is built on. And authenticity is a very important factor of it, because if you're building a brand that's not who you really are, I mean, eventually you're going to be exposed. One of the issues that some people struggle with when they first start trying to build their brand is, how do you deal with the mistakes? And my approach to that is, confront your mistakes head on. First of all, admit you made a mistake, own your mistake, have an honest explanation for why it happened, and then talk about what you learned from your mistake. We all make mistakes, and, it seems more often than not, people are trying to figure out ways to avoid taking responsibility for their mistakes. But, part of branding is being authentic and being honest. And then actually, sometimes, mistakes can be very fruitful, and admitting your mistakes and talking about how you've grown from your mistakes can actually establish authenticity and create a stronger bond with someone. This stronger bond can lead to trust. Now, another type of aspect of branding that is a little different from marketing is image consultants. And you should always try. I mean, most of us don't have money to, buy the services of a image consultant, but I mean, doing it on your own is better anyway. I mean, being the architect and the builder of your own brand is powerful because nobody knows you like you, and nobody knows where you're going like, or where you want to go like you. and you just, you're ultimately the master of your own ship. So, and oftentimes, not all the time, but sometimes image consulting can be a little bit of lack authenticity. Celebrities can get away with, having image consultants because there is distance between them and the public. And, personal branding, I mean, it's you and your employer and your coworkers, or you and your friends, or you and, your romantic interests. I mean, there's no social distance there. So authenticity is always the best way. So a practical way of starting to build your brand is basically just get a piece of paper and start writing, and write down 3 to 5 strengths and 3 to 5 weaknesses and 3 to 5 things you're passionate about. So for me, my 3 to 5 strengths: I'm creative, I'm a leader, I'm adaptable, and I have a strong work ethic. My 3 to 5 weaknesses: I can get too comfortable. Sometimes I'm too calculated when it comes to taking risks. Sometimes I have problems when to focus on the big picture or when to focus on details. I get bored easily, and I try to do too much when it comes to books and writing. And I'm not as bad. It took me a while, but there are a lot of writers out there that have 15 to 20 unfinished novels, and they never finish anything. And I finally saw myself going that route. It's like, okay, buckle down and finish. And so, again, some of the ways I deal with my weaknesses is try to break down the detailed tasks, and the boring tasks into small chunks, delegate the tasks that I can, and finish and put other projects on the side until I finish the ones that are important. And so my passions, music, Marvel and DC Comics, Star Wars, politics, and, that's my passion. And so that's kind of, that all feeds into my brand. And, again, doing that list and finding what's important to you, and being honest with your your strengths and weaknesses will pay off, and that'll be the foundation of your brand. Branding is showcasing the strengths and the weaknesses about yourself that you're comfortable with to the world, and that projects strength, but also gives you confidence, because these are things that you're comfortable with, and these are things that you're comfortable sharing. So it shows that you're a well-rounded human being who, knows their strengths and their limitations. And branding limitations is very important in branding too, because you don't want to overextend yourself and make promises you can't keep. Life throws you curves, and sometimes you don't know your limitations, and sometimes you have to jump in there and you have to take calculated risks as well. But branding's a little curated in that aspect, but you're putting your best face forward, and we all have insecurities and everything else, but sharing your weaknesses, that you're comfortable with in some ways, lowers people's defenses and kind of disarms them and kind of humanizes you. But there are 3 very important aspects of branding that I've discussed in this episode. I want to just kind of highlight again. That's authenticity, consistency, and character. We discussed the character in the first episode as well, but that's the basis of a good brand. And you get those 3 things, and you start building on those 3 things. You become a more confident person, and confidence gets you a long way in this world. It'll attract the right people to you. So even whatever weaknesses you have, if you're confident and you come from the right place in your heart, you're going to get the people that you need to accomplish what you need, because you can't do everything yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I've decided, after taking this Gemini trip of mine, for this episode, to end with the song off my first album, Book One, called Gaslight Dreams. And this is the opposite of everything that I've been saying, so that's why I think it's pertinent. And, don't gaslight people. Just give them your authentic truth. And until the next episode, have a good day. Question my sanity, question my reality, playing with my mind, make truth a fatality. I see you, don't wanna be you. Your game isn't working, I can see what's true. I'm a fake news killer, information gorilla. I am not a zombie in MJ's Thriller. You can attack the powerless, you can spew your lies. You think you're getting over, the truth never dies. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. They'll blitz your mind, try to lead you astray. It'll get twisted all around, don't be their prey. It's time to stand up, you gotta know what's right. Gaslight dreams don't got no bite. They'll get you confused for a hot minute. It's time to regroup, get up on in it. You gotta flip it around, make it right. Throw them a curveball, be ready to fight. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. Gaslight dreamers, I know who I am. Gaslight dreamers, I'm not falling for your scam. Trick or treat, I'm not the one. Don't play me for a fool, you'll be over and done. Repetition is your way. Say it over and over every day. Throw a nasty little surprise every once in a while. Feeling all good, gotta kill that smile. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. You gotta get your mind tight, check the facts. Gaslight dreamers trying to start a fight. Sleight of hand, they do as they may. Jedi mind tricks, nah, no way. Action, not words, should rule the day. Fuzzy logic, misdirection, that's their way. But watch what they do, be careful what they say. Manipulating words, don't be their prey. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity. Gaslight dreams, I know my reality. Gaslight dreams, you need to stop your insanity.